Welcome to Playing Pedals, the show that isn't so much about reviewing individual pedals as saying what happens if you take this type of effect, this type of effect, this type of effect, put them together, switch them all on and see what happens. Today on our board we have the Ibanez Tube Screamer Mini, we have the Tone City Comp engine, and we have the TC Electronic Hall of Fame reverb. Hi, my name is Matt, thanks for watching. And as ever, I am playing my Epiphone Les Paul Gold top. It's going into a Vox AC4TV and it sounds like this on a neck pickup, on both pickups, and on a bridge pickup. So the controls are all set to approximately 2 o'clock on the pedals. Let's have a look at them and see what those controls do. So, Tube Screamer first. Tone control here. That's tone on full. Tone wound down completely. Hopefully you can hear the difference that makes. We've got level control. So wound down, we get nothing. Wound up, we get something. And then our overdrive. There you have it. The Tone City Comp engine, a basic compressor pedal. So we've got volume. Again, we can turn the pedal off with that. We have attack. And hopefully you can hear that affects the attack, obviously. But what that means is how much you hear it kind of biting in. And then, big knob in the middle is the amount of compression. So that's our compressor pedal. Let's have a look at the Hall of Fame. Anyone who knows anything about the Hall of Fame reverb will know there's a lot of reverb options on there. And I was kind of thinking, what do we go for today? And I'm going to go for one that I use a lot when I'm playing, which is the modulation reverb, just because it adds that extra flavour. And it is, if you're going to go into big and ambient things, it's cool for that. So straight out the box, that's kind of what we're playing with. We have here the decay control, wound down. We get very short reverb, wound all the way up. That's probably going to keep going forever and ever, amen. So next to the decay control at the top we have the tone control. We could wind that down. So you've got a very dark reverb. Wind that all the way up. And you can hear the top end back in on the reverb. Effects level control. Should be quite straightforward. Wound down, no reverb. Wound all the way up. Lots of reverb. And then obviously the control here where we could switch different models round to the tone prints, which you can come up with yourself. I think almost everybody in the world knows what this does now, but you know, in case you don't, check out some reviews online because there is heaps and heaps of functionality in these pedals. And I'm sure now that this is old news because the Hall of Fame 2 is out, that there are some bargains to be had picking up these second hand somewhere. So we're approximately back at 2 o'clock. Let's roll a track and see what we come up with. So that was overdrive going into compressor, going into reverb. Would that be our standard order? It's a really good question, because there is a lot of discussion of should overdrive be before compression or after compression, and it does change how it sounds. So let's switch it round. So we got the pedals back on the board with the compressor at the front, the Tube Screamer, and then the reverb, and hopefully done that without messing with the controls, so we can jump back in to the track and hear the difference with the compressor at the front. So that was pretty noisy. Let's switch it around and let's run our reverb into the overdrive. Let's keep the compressor at the front, reverb, overdrive, and see what we get there. So we've gone back to an everything at 2 o'clock kind of position, and we're going to go again and see what happens here. what are my thoughts? My thoughts are that maybe it was a mistake to pick the modulation setting on the reverb pedal, if I'm totally honest. Because if we were running a bunch of delay as well and going for really, really huge ambient textures, it would be ideal. But like that, I was trying to like noodle about in the sort of like way that we were, such as it was. Yeah, it was a bit much, like, didn't necessarily... I guess what I'm trying to say is I didn't feel like the bigness of the reverb really benefited what I was trying to play there. It all got a bit swampy and messy. Nevertheless, maybe if we were going to go into different musical territory, there would be usable tones here. And as we always say in the big usable tone question, it's all about context and it's all about personal preference. So did I play something that I would particularly want to be playing? Maybe not. But did I play something that maybe you want to play? Maybe I did. Did you listen and go, oh, that was horrible, please stop? Maybe you did that as well. Who knows? On one level, who cares? The point is to experiment and to try stuff and go, is that a good idea? Should we do it? There were some good ideas there. And there were some sounds that I would use, and there were some things I probably wouldn't do again. So we're all a winner because we've all learnt something. Let's say something though about the Hall of Fame in its defence. The modulation setting is one of, I don't know off the top of my head, probably 11 different settings on the pedal. And so let's not judge it by the fact that I didn't particularly love that. That's a reverb setting that I have used in other contexts loads of times and really enjoyed. But it will do your spring reverb, it will do your plate reverb, it will do your church reverb, it will do lo-fi reverb and tile reverb, it will do tone prints if you know what that is, which gives you like a world of options. So really, as a versatile little reverb pedal that's going to do loads of different things for you, that comes highly recommended. It's always on my board, and yeah, I think it's fantastic little pedal. I would love to get version 2 with the mash switch, which allows you to use the foot switch as an expression pedal, because I think that's a fantastic idea. The Tube Screamer Mini, apart from the fact that it has those teeny tiny little knobs on it, which I don't like, I'm a massive fan of it. It does exactly what you want a Tube Screamer to do. It's green and it's by Ibanez, and it's, yeah, it is a great little pedal. And I've watched videos of it put against its big brothers and sisters, and it's every bit as much in that ballpark as it should be. And so if you want that kind of mid-humpy overdrive pedal, I'd really recommend getting your hands on one of those. And for what I paid for that, compared to buying something cheap, no-namey off eBay, maybe you're paying twice as the cheapest thing, but you're getting something that's well built and comes with some brand history. All of that leads us to our compression pedal here, which is this week's most affordable pedal, and it is your sort of no-namey, it wasn't cheap off the internet, it was cheap from Anderton's, but that kind of pedal. There's nothing fancy about it, but it does do a job, and hopefully there you've heard some of the different types of compression it will give. So that's a little bit about the pedals. Do we think that putting compression and overdrive and reverb together is a good idea? Yes, of course it is. It is a very kind of classic combination of pedals. What we do with the controls and the kind of sounds we get is ultimately going to determine whether we think it's something that benefits our playing or not. But there are some great tones to be had in all of that. But, you know, don't take my word for it. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. Which of those particular orders really did it for you? Was it running overdrive into compression, into reverb? Was it running the compressor into the overdrive, into the reverb? Or was it running the compressor into the reverb, into the overdrive? which of those gave the tones that you thought were most inspiring. Yeah, do leave a comment down below. That would be fantastic. I just want to say thanks very much for watching these videos. If you haven't already, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Do click the notification bell so you get notified every time these videos are going out. At the moment they're coming out once a week, and hopefully it is going to stay that way. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you've got any suggestions. I've had some feedback from a few people and it's been super helpful just to help me get my head around what's the best way to present this kind of content. So if you've got ideas you'd love to throw into the mix, then do let me know. I've been playing pedals. I'll see you next time.